How's everyone? How's everyone's day gone today? Right. So let's see if we can get this live stream. I've had a great day today. I'm feeling knackered, feeling exhausted. It's a good tired. I like this tired. Very productive day today. Maybe I'll go over that. So this live stream was inspired by a realization that I had. Many moments of gratitude, especially when I was staying in the mental hospital in 2017. A lot of moments of gratitude whilst staying in hospital and then recovering, reflecting. And today it hit me again. It's a lovely feeling. I think we all need that at times. We definitely need that. We definitely need even a second or a minute or 10 minutes where we just suddenly go, wow, I really appreciate, what I've got in my life, where I've come from, the struggle, what I can give to others. So I start with a question which came to me in my experience, which was, what is success for an anxiety sufferer? Because everyone's got their own definition of success, and the popular kind of thought process with success, and I'm not going to get too much into it because I'm not really interested in it, it kind of bores me, but generally in society, and I've been there too, when people think of success, probably the first thing they think of is a lot of money, being famous, being good looking, having a lot of material things and all that type of stuff, right? And that's not what I'm talking about, right? Not to say that is, well, if I'm being honest, I think that does lead to a bad place if it's too extreme, like all things in life. And maybe I'll talk about that. I definitely will talk about that in another video, because some people, again, they might take that out of context. Of course, there's nothing wrong with earning a living, making money. If you want to buy a house, that can be great, but obviously we know deep down the right way, what doesn't feel right. Like the lady was serving me today, and she asked me, did I want a coffee? And I said, no, I'll leave the coffee today. I've had about 2, 3. And she said, yeah, 2 is usually good enough. Any more than 2 is a bit too much. And I said, you're right. Usually, if I have more than 2 coffees, it starts falling into greed, and then I don't enjoy it. It kind of ruins all of it. So it's that balance again. Anyway, so for me personally on my journey, success, with regards to what was success for me as an anxiety sufferer, success was being able to live a normal life. And I go back to when I was in my 20s, and I've shared this story a lot on YouTube, and I'll continue sharing it. It's inspired a lot of people. It inspires me. When I was at my worst of my anxiety in my 20s, I was around early 20s, 22 to sort of 25. I couldn't come out of my house, if I came out of my house, I literally was in turmoil with panic attacks and anxiety. I was so ashamed of who I was. I didn't trust myself around people, everyday social situations, because I was worried that, people were going to bully me, or, I was worried that I was going to make mistakes and get awkward, and people were going to see how scared I was. And at that time, I was frightened of those things coming out, and I couldn't really handle a lot of the bullying and the abuse that happened to me when I was younger. I hadn't have gotten over it. I didn't come to terms with it, and I didn't really know how to rebuild myself at that particular time. So living for me was a nightmare. It was I was scared of living, and I didn't want to die. I was scared of dying. I was scared of staying where I was. So I was trapped. I felt trapped I felt trapped everywhere, in my thoughts, my emotions, and my actual life situation. I hated it at that time. It was horrible, even though I lived in a nice area in Fulham Broadway. It's a beautiful area, Chelsea and Fulham, but it didn't matter because I couldn't live. I wasn't able to relax. I wasn't able to get much peace in my life. Looking back now, I can have a different perspective because I'm not in that place anymore. And I can see all the good things that I did have in my life, but I couldn't appreciate them and enjoy them because I was in so much pain and anxiety and depression. So, and that's the realization I had today. I remember when I was in that place, I remember where I lived. I just wanted to be able to leave my house, put my clothes on, take a shower, make the bed, go out, enjoy the day, and go to the gym, do some weight training, without worrying that everyone was judging me, without being paranoid that someone was going to come up and try and bully me, and then I might react and lose my temper, and then the situation is going to escalate. You know, they're going to beat me up, or I'm going to have a fight with them, or you know, I'm going to get in trouble. That I didn't want all that. I just wanted to go to the gym, be myself, be a nice person, not have anybody take advantage of me and bully me and judge me, and just feel safe in my body, enjoy my workouts, be a normal person, go gym, lift some weights, you know, say hello to people, and then go about my day. For me, that was a dream life, and I couldn't do that when I was in that state. So I would compare myself and go, well, I'm not normal. A normal person could just leave their house, go to the gym, enjoy their workout, finish their workout, have a shower, go to work, or come home, have some food, or go and see their friends. So I was like, why can't I just be normal? At that time when I was in that place, other things I wanted to do, I wanted to be able to go into a restaurant or a cinema or a hotel like this, you know, normal public places, order some food, and be nice to the person and being able to have a conversation with them and just be myself without falling apart and not being able to look at people and just stuttering and feeling embarrassed and humiliated. I didn't want all that. And I knew that the frustrating thing was, back then, with all my insecurities and my low self-esteem and all of the shame that I had, I knew that I was a confident person. I knew it. It didn't matter what, I knew it deep down, because I'd been a confident person in my life before the sort of bullying and the abuse and the anxieties really started to get the better of me. So I'd been that person when I was younger. I knew I could be that person. I knew that a lot of people liked me, because I was very liked growing up. Lots of people liked me, and I liked myself at one point. But because I was so anxious and depressed, I couldn't stay in that positive place. The negative would override the positives, if that makes sense. So I couldn't really believe in myself fully, because the pain, the shame, the anxiety, the self-consciousness, the worry that something bad's going to happen to me and there's nothing I can do, that would overpower facts, reality. You know, times where, you know, I had great times at school, you know, I had amazing times at school with people. I was completely relaxed in myself. I had great times around my family. I had great times, you know, on school trips. But it just seemed like where I was, I couldn't seem to believe in myself, if that makes sense. It's a bit like someone saying, it's a bit like someone complimenting you on the good that you've done in your life. Like, let's say, for example, you passed your exams and someone says, like, well done, you did amazing, or you've drawn a piece of art, and someone says, that's brilliant, like, that's really good. But you can't accept it. You can't accept that someone genuinely is complimenting you. But if someone says something negative about you, you believe that straight away. It affects you. That's how I was. So I believed everything negative that my mind said, and I disregarded everything positive that my positive thought process would say, or, you know, what my nan would say, or my mum, or a friend, many friends, or, you know, anybody. Because I was in such a bad place, you know, and I was struggling with my mental health. So normal things like, you know, going to the gym, going to the cinema, and funny enough, at that time I did have some really good friends, but it still felt like, you know, I still felt very isolated and like I didn't have many friends. It just didn't feel right. I felt trapped. So having been in that place and overcome that and been able to do all the things that I couldn't do in my 20s, well, actually I eventually did them in my late 20s, but my early 20s, that's success for me. And me being here today in a hotel in a nice place, relaxed, calm, grateful, humbled, not paranoid, more the opposite, more, you know, want to make everyone feel great around me. It's a miracle. That's my story. And if I can do it, then so can you watching this, anyone can. I'm going to speak about what it entailed, you know. So I was reflecting on that today in the gym. I had an amazing workout, I had a great day today. I got up in the morning, I made my bed, did my daily gratitude, went down to my local coffee shop. I know the people there, the ladies and the guys there, they're lovely, and I have a chat with them every morning. I have a short chat and I enjoy it, and we have a laugh. That's success to me. I couldn't do that in my 20s. I couldn't talk to people. I could only talk to like friends that knew me for many years, and even I appreciated that. That didn't feel correct. It didn't feel right. I couldn't talk to normal people. I wanted to be nice to people. I was a nice person, but I couldn't do it because of my shame. Now, other people wouldn't have viewed me like that, but I viewed myself like that, and I believe that they see me like that because of my paranoia and the mental health problems. So, going to a coffee shop today, getting a coffee, speaking to the people that serve me, I've got to know, sitting down, doing some journaling, doing a live stream. Then I went and had an amazing workout today. I absolutely love training. Did my, had a boxing workout, which I've done some, I always film a little bit of clips for all of you lot to inspire you and share my journey. So I love my boxing, did some weights. I speak to the people in the gym. They're nice, lovely people on reception. And had a weight training workout, went for a steamer and sauna and a steam. And you know, there was a older gentleman there. He had a conversation with me. I was polite with him, had a chat with him, then left, had a shower, left, went home, made some broccoli and salmon, went to a hotel before here. This is a miracle. It is a miracle where I am today. Because when I was in that place, I just thought, I can't do this anymore. You know, I'm gonna kill myself if this carries on. And I felt terrible to feel that and say that, but that's how I felt. That's the truth. And I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to kill myself. I thought, you know, my parents would be destroyed if I did that. And my faith kept me going, but I felt like that, and that's not good for anyone. And I started to think about that. I remember it was a common occurrence, and I thought, this isn't good. This isn't healthy. I need to do something about this. I can't go on like this anymore. You know, I can't be going to sleep and then praying that I'm going to die in my sleep. This is not fair. I wouldn't treat anyone like this. So I can't let myself be like this. And that's when I humbled myself and just went back to what I've always done when I was a kid. When I'm scared, I've got nowhere to go. Please, God, help me. Please don't leave me like this. Give me the strength. And that's when I cried and I felt helped. Then I listened to Les Brown's video, and it totally transformed my life. And that's when I made a commitment. I said a prayer. I heard Les Brown's story. He made me feel brilliant about being ashamed, being called stupid at school and bullied. He went through it. I believed him. I knew he was a good person. I've always been very sensitive with people. I can tell when someone's lying or not. And I knew he was telling the truth. I felt his heart, I felt his story, and I thought, right, I'm committing. I don't care now. I don't care if people judge me. They can bully me. They can hurt me. Nothing's worse than this. You know, I'm going to go out, I'm going to give it my best. And I actually knew in my heart there was good people out there. And on the first part of my journey, I succeeded, you know. I was able to do all these things and then help other people. So before we even get to, you know, making a living, which I'm helping many people to do, if they've got the courage, you know, having a career, building relationships, friends, you know, getting married or improving your relationships, helping people, being able to enjoy life, go to a restaurant, a museum, feel safe. It's anyone can do it. And I remember when I was in that place, I remember actually, this is one of the things that got me through. It wasn't just for myself, because that wasn't enough. I remember I was upset. I was heartbroken, but I was so determined. I remember thinking, when I overcome this illness, this anxiety, and all these insecurities, I'm going to transform thousands of people's lives. I'm going to share my story. I knew it. I envisioned it. And that's what I did, and that's what I'm continuing to do. No, I'm not in Japan. I'm in, you've asked me that before, right? Do you remember? You asked me that the other day. I'm in London. So that gave me a lot of strength. It really did. It really made me feel I can do this. I'm not on my own. even though it feels I'm on my own, and you probably feeling like that, a lot of you, and you're not on your own. I had my faith, I had my belief in God. I knew that I had a lot of good people rooting for me. It sounds crazy, but I knew it. I knew a lot of people out there were going to help me because I was a good person, and there's a lot of good people, and I wanted to do good in my life and share my story and help other people and get past the pain, the shame, and turn my life around. That's what I did, and I've continued to, you know, there's a next stage of my life now, which I'll share that story with the mental health breakdown, the recovery. But I'd like to go back to that because I can really help a lot of people and simplifies, you know, my story and where I was and what I'd done. Because I know there's millions of people around the world right now, they're in the same position. They're going through the same thing that I did, men and women of all ages. They're scared to come out of their house. They're debilitated with fear and shame and anxiety. And my story can let them know that they're not on their own and they can overcome it. And they can live not just a normal life, but a great life. Now, was it easy to do it? I'm going to be honest with everyone. I'm not going to rush my answer. Was it easy? No, it wasn't easy. It was really, really, really scary. It was really frightening. And at times it was really painful. It was emotionally painful, facing these anxieties, going out, doing public speaking, going to the gym. I was scared a lot. I was scared inside. I was nervous. I felt stressed, but it was worth it. It got better. So it wasn't painful all the time, and it wasn't stressful all the time. For a period, it was difficult, but listen to this. It was a lot better, it was a lot easier than staying in my flat with panic attacks and suicidal thoughts and pain and loneliness. That was harder because there was no hope in that place. There was no growth. And the more I went out and the more I spoke to people, if I'm being honest, there's always, of course I've met a lot of unkind people on my journey. Of course, there were a lot of people that were not trustworthy, and they were nasty, and they were not nice, and they criticized me. But that's life. We all get that, right? I practice forgiveness and not holding on to that. But it's not so many good people on my journey that I met that I could trust, that were trustworthy people, that were good people, that were kind, that were so compassionate, and they were great to speak to, and they were lovely. But it was all in my head, and it's all in your head. When I was in those dark places, I just thought, I can't trust anyone. I can't trust people, you know. I just felt like no one's going to be like my nan or my mum or a couple of my good friends. They're different. Most people are going to try and bully me. They're going to try and trick me. They're going to try and harm me. They're going to judge me. They're going to shame me. I can't open up. It wasn't true. It wasn't true. And that's part of the illness, the anxiety, the intrusive thoughts. It lies. It tells you things about people and yourself which are not true. I really appreciate that. That means a lot. I'm glad that you feel that way. That's why I do these talks. So, yeah, that was, it's been beautiful. It's been really beautiful. And it's also a little bit painful talking about this. I'll tell you why it's painful, because I appreciate it so much. And there's joy, there's sadness, there's love. There is like, whoa, what a journey. Wow, what can people do? And there's also a real appreciation for what people go through, what we go through. And the fact that when I was going through that, I realize now, everyone struggles in life. Everyone has struggles, you know. We all do. Living is beautiful, but it's also really challenging for all of us. And I used to think in my head, why is it so unfair on me? Like, I'm a good person. I knew I wasn't perfect, but and people said it growing up, you're a really good person, you know. People would say to my mum, your son, he's so well-mannered, he's such a good person. Because life happens to all of us. We all go through suffering, but it's, you know, it's faith, it's strength, it's how we pull through it. And, you know, it's the courage to speak out and not to do what a lot of people do and what I've done for a long time. Message to anyone, don't let your pride get in the way, because it's not a weakness to say I need help. If there was now obviously I can't regret it because I wouldn't be the person I am now, but of course you can always look back. If I could go back in time, if there was one thing that I would have changed, I would have put my hand up and I would have got help a lot quicker. I wouldn't have put myself through that pain. I would have been a lot more compassionate, and I wouldn't have let things get so bad. I wouldn't have let it get to a point where I was thinking of killing myself. I would have just said to my parents, look, I need help. I'm having mental health problems, I've got anxiety. I mean, I told them, but I didn't tell them the full extent, and they would have got me help, or I would have got help. But at the time, I just felt like I can't trust anyone, even a therapist, anyone other than my nan, my mum, and a few friends that I could talk to. And even that was difficult at times because I felt like I didn't want to stress my mum out, even though she was great, and my nan. I didn't want to burden them with my problems. So I wish I would have just been vulnerable, put my pride aside, and not allowed my own feelings of I'm not being a man or I'm not being strong. That's just a load of garbage. It's all garbage. And but there you go. I wouldn't be the person I am now. But any of you out there, for men and women, whatever age you are, get help. Get the help that's out there, and you'll get better, you'll get well again. And that's why I've got so much appreciation for boxing, because when I went down to the boxing gym, they don't realise what they done for me. They saved my life, because it wasn't just about going to the boxing gym to learn to fight, even though I did go to learn to fight. It was to stay alive. I didn't want to die anymore. I didn't want to commit suicide. I wanted to find a community. I wanted to love myself, heal myself, and feel normal again. So I do get emotional when I talk about it. So going to the boxing gym gave me all those things. It made me a better person. And that's why I love boxing. I love boxing more, not for fighting, because I'm not a tough guy anymore, never was. I'm more soft, strong in a different way. But it makes you a better person. It makes you respect people. It makes you be kind. It also makes you not take crap from anyone. So you have good boundaries. I love it. That's why I train now. Hello, everyone. It's good. Get your questions in. I'm going to continue talking, and I'll get to the questions. So that's why when I'm doing the boxing videos now, most of it is nostalgia. It's me connecting on my younger years, right? We don't say old on this channel. We do not say the word old. I'm 40 years young, and so are all of you, right? But it's nostalgic. I love it. I love it. It makes me cry. I've got all the good memories, with my nan, when I lived with my nan, with good friends, with the boxing community, Fitzroy Lodge, all the other boxing gyms I went to, and I love training. I love hitting the bag. I like sweating. I love it. It's, for me, that is living a dream. So that's all I wanted to do when I was younger, was to be able to be normal again. And I remember I used to say it to my mum. She used to go, "What do you mean?" I say, "Mum, I just want to be normal." My mum would go, "You are normal. You're a good person. Why do you keep saying that?" And it was, obviously my mum is not a psychologist or a therapist. She's not gonna. I didn't feel normal with this anxiety. It did not, and it wasn't. I was normal, but it wasn't normal not being able to live a normal life. Everybody deserves to live a normal life, and an even greater life. But to get to even living a great life, I had to first learn how to live a normal life and be able to do things that most people could do. Most of my friends could do it, happy for them. They were going to university, and I would say to them, do you have anxiety? Do you get fearful? Do you get scared? Or don't? And they'd be like, not really. And I think, damn, it's just me, man. There is something wrong with me. So that's my story. That's a big part of my story. That's not all of it, but that is a lot of it. That is a lot of the origin, especially from the 20s all the way up until now. Even things like this, right? A lot of you might relate to this. I can laugh at it now, but when I was in my 20s, I was so nervous I couldn't even hold up a cup of coffee and keep it still. I'll show you my hand, right? Still. My hands used to shake like that from nerves, trauma. So that was the level of anxiety. I couldn't relax. Couldn't do this. You can have some fun, but now I'm probably going to spill it everywhere. So I couldn't do that in front of people, I couldn't pour tea because I'd be worried that I'm going to drop it and spill it. And that went back to my childhood, getting nervous, dropping things and feeling stupid. So things like that, I couldn't relax. And that's why it's amazing. When I work with clients, when I mentor clients, or a lot of friends that I've met, a lot of you, when we get talking, they open up. they will relate. They've had similar things. They'll say, "Oh, I had that. Did you have that?" I say, "Yeah, I had that." "Oh, did you find it difficult to eat in public?" "I had that." Or did you get nervous that you might drop things in public places and everybody might laugh at you?" "I had all that." All that went back to the bullying at school and being laughed at and being worried about making mistakes in front of people and feeling that if I make a mistake, they're going to think I'm an idiot. They're going to walk away and think he's really weird. He's an idiot. All that stuff. Very humbling. So yeah, you know, this is one way of experiencing gratitude and sitting with gratitude and practicing gratitude. Even getting a haircut, right? Well, now as you can see, right, I don't have as much hair as I used to, and I'm actually really good with being bald, right? But we'll get to that maybe another day. But when I had more hair, I mean, I still get haircuts now, a head cut and a beard, but when I was younger, I was afraid to get a haircut. Now, of course, I went and got it, I had to, but I was afraid that, what am I going to say to the person cutting my hair? What if I get nervous? What if I get awkward and they think I'm weird? Or what if I start stuttering, or I say something stupid, or they think that I'm not grateful, or I'm a mean person, or I'm not social? All those things I relate to all my clients. So going from that place to now, when I go in, I have a full conversation, I enjoy it, you know, I give a tip, I get my hair cut and my beard done, I'm a lot more social, unless I'm having a day where I'm tired or the person's tired. So that's gratitude, that's success, you know. Success is being able to do the things that you couldn't do at some stage in your life because you were scared or nervous or ashamed, and then actually being able to do them, and then sitting back and going, wow, I never used to be able to do that. Now I can do it with grace and class. I'm grateful. That is success, especially in my opinion of how do you define success for someone who's got anxiety, who's been there, and realizing that anxiety is not an identity. It is not an identity, but it's very easy to start believing that it is your identity. Any questions? You can go for it. I've kind of covered what I wanted to say today. A little bit of a rest now, I'm a bit tired. Well, it's good to have the awareness. It's good that you've noticed that. You can notice that you become cynical, and then you can start to practice being positive. I don't know how long you've been following me on the channel. I don't know if you understand all the teachings that I teach. And I don't know what you're doing in your life, but I'd recommend you exercise. Exercising really helps to reduce cynicism and negativity. It's so important. That's why I put the videos out on all the platforms. But yeah, it takes time, you know. It takes time to change with these things, but you can do a lot in one day. That's why I say we can only do one day at a time. But for those of you out there, I want to be straight and honest with you. Depending on how bad your anxiety is, you can succeed and change 100%, but you're going to have to put a lot of work in. It's going to take time, patience. You're not going to have good days every day. You're going to have some good days, but if you don't give up and you practice what I teach on these platforms and you follow your own intelligence, get all the help that you need, you'll get there in the end. But yeah, it does take time. All good things take time. Anything takes time, you know. But you can make a lot of progress each and every day. I wake up most mornings between 6 a.m. in the morning till 9 a.m. Between that window, 6 to 9 a.m. That's early for me. Occasionally I'll have a line if I need to, but I like that time window because obviously some days I'm a bit more tired because I'm working with clients, running a business, doing my discipline, and I'll catch up. But generally, yeah, between about 6 and 9, and I find it really helps RJ Flores because back in the day, my sleeping routine wasn't good, and a lot of that was from, anxiety, overthinking, the lack of discipline. So I found that getting up early makes you have a better day. You get more done, and you sleep better. I'll talk more about that on the channel if all of you want. And that's why on my mentorship programs now, I really focus on helping my clients to change their lifestyle and practice the basics of positive living, discipline, getting up early, exercising, eating healthy, being consistent in all these things, and then you have a better life. You get more done out of the day. And if you want, I'm all about balance. You can have a later night on the weekends, but generally, yeah, if you want to get the most out of life and be successful or enjoy life, then you want to get up earlier. No. I've gotten up at 4 a.m. a few times. I think that's great. I think it's all about keeping it simple, principles. It doesn't have to be obsessive. Like people think, I have to get up at 4 or 6. It's like, well, you do what you feel is right, but as long as you get up early. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks for the compliment. We can only do one day at a time. But what do you mean, looking great today? Are you saying that all the other days I didn't look great? I don't know if I'm flattered or offended. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. Appreciate your compliment. I feel good today. I feel like I've been in the ring with Mike Tyson and survived. And then I'm just joking. I feel it's been an amazing day. Amazing day. How's your day, all of you? Funny enough, I'm getting ready I could go to sleep now. It's been a great day. I was up, what time did I get up today? I got up about 9-ish. I appreciate that, you're too kind. Okay, 6 a.m. It's good to hear, man. I'm glad you're doing good. No comment, RJ Flores. No, it's not Savile Row. This suit is, where did I get this from? I'll tell you the name of it, please. What's the name of it? The name's left me now. I took too many punches in the head in the boxing ring. If you're having trouble with things to do, that's anxiety. That's one of its tricks. I would say clean your apartment, or go and help somebody. You can do that just by, being polite. There's always something to do. But I understand. We've all gone through that. It takes courage. But yeah, that's anxiety. That's procrastination. That's that pattern. Because there's always things to do. There's always something to do. There's 24 hours in a day, and if you've done everything for yourself, go help someone else. It will always make you feel good. But you might want to sit down and you might want to write a list of things that you can do. Look around the house. There's always things that need doing. There's always things that need doing. Cleaning. Clean house, clean psyche. When you clean your apartment, you have a better, your mind's better. Always the way. Simple things. Got a few more questions? Yeah, sure. What do you want to know about my mentorship program? Best thing to do if you're interested is send me an email, and I'll get back to you, see if I can help you. Good evening, Lord Frank. How are you doing, my friend? Would you care for some tea? How are you, Frank? How are you feeling? Feeling better? Did I ever tell any of you the time I was in how much does it cost? Be honest with you, my mentorship is well, to me it's not, but it's pretty expensive. It depends on how long you want to work with me and what the program, or whether I can help you or not. So I don't have an exact fixed price because I don't know what program would be right, but I'd need to know if I can help you or not. I don't drink alcohol. For me, I don't drink. It's not my thing. I don't enjoy it. I used to drink here and there, but yeah, it's not my thing. I don't enjoy it, so I stopped it. I love coffee and tea and water. But yeah, just to let everyone know, because some people don't know, I do mentorship on Zoom as well, and most of the mentorship I do is long-term with committed clients, but I am making some spaces available if people want to do an hour, so because not everybody's going to want to do long-term, and the same for me. I've only got so much time, so I think this 1 hour format would be really good, and I can mentor people all around the world. I've done it before. Get on a Zoom call and I can help you to move forward. It's good. It's interesting, a lot of the questions today on the stream, this has been great, are around lifestyle, and that's exactly where I have been going with my teaching and mentorship, because it's so important. So a lot of you are asking me about sleeping routine, about habits, alcohol, how much, how little, mindset, exercising. These are all the things that I love in the teaching. These are all the things that work, and they're the obvious things, but obviously these are the things that are difficult to stick to for a lot of people. But when you do them, you get great results. Thanks for asking. I've had a great day today, Frank. It's been an awesome day. It has been a good day. It really has. Got a lot done. It really is the same as what I've been posting up. Most of it you see, day discipline. Got up early, made the bed, said thanks, cleaned the apartment, went downstairs, had a coffee, had a conversation with the people there, finished my coffee, did a live stream, did some journaling, went to the gym, had a good workout. I had a sauna steam, come back from the gym, went home, made some broccoli and salmon, ate that, went back out, went to another hotel, and now I'm here. That's my day. It's not a bad day, is it? It's a simple life. I live a boring life, but I enjoy it, and it gives me a lot of gratitude. And anything other than that is a bonus. Glad to hear that you don't drink alcohol. This March, I'll have been off it 2 years. That's amazing, man. Wow, class, amazing. No words for what you've achieved. I don't have any pressure. Listen, let me explain something. I don't judge anybody that drinks alcohol. It's none of my business, but I follow what I want to do in my life. I don't have any pressure because I respect other people, and I wouldn't let someone bully me or pressure me to drinking, and the friends that I've got respect me, and I respect them. So I have that relationship with it, which is why I don't tell people whether they should drink or not. It's not my business, but I do tell people that pay me and ask me to change their life and tell them the truth, where they're going wrong and what they need to do to put it right. And I think that's how you should be. You should respect people. And I think alcohol is always a very, very sensitive subject. It always has been, it always will be. Because when you say that you don't drink, you've given up, people can immediately feel like, oh, he's judging me. But if you've got awareness, if you're secure in yourself, if you live your life and respect other people, you don't feel that way. It's a bit like diet, you know, when you say to someone, I eat a healthy diet, they go, oh, I have a lot of chocolate and cakes, but it's like, no, it's, you know, listen, it's your life. I live my life and you live your life. Good night, man, you going to sleep? Wow, man, I told you I'm boring, man. I'm putting some of you to sleep. Told you, man, boring life, but I enjoy it. I'm just teasing. Frank, I thought you said, wow, I'm sorry, this coffee, I thought you said you were going to kick my ass in 2 weeks. I nearly had a panic attack then. Just teasing. What did you say? So a week or two ago, you had a kickboxing spa run out of steam in the end, but fun. It sounds great, man. Love it. Takes a lot of courage to do sparring for anyone at any levels. Brilliant, brilliant achievement. Yeah, it's a nice hotel here. It's a lovely one. It is relaxed here. The battery on this these phones goes so quick now. They've got to come up with a new technology where the batteries last longer. That's good to know, Frank. Might do. Might move into the hotels. You never know. Might do. That's probably one of my dreams. Dreams can come true. Another dream is to help more people and build a hotel business, because I love hotels and I like coffee and I appreciate good service and, you know, people being kind, all that kind of stuff. No, I haven't done hiking. It sounds great. Please call me Jonathan if you will, if you guys don't mind, and girls. I suppose Johnny's short. It doesn't offend me, but I prefer my full name. Awesome, man. Good night. Have a good sleep. We'll finish up in a few minutes because it is getting to that time. I'm feeling sleepy. Any last questions before I tell that joke? I've got the energy. Yeah, it's been a long day, man. It's amazing day. It's just hit me now. Yeah, when you get up early and you practice the daily discipline program that I teach, or you know, you get more in your day, you get more done. You know, you enjoy it more. The day feels more successful, which it is, of course. But then you start feeling tired, you know, in the evening time, which is good. sounds beautiful. So that does sound lovely. Awesome, man. You know what, guys? We'll call it. Yeah, I think it's the right time now. I really appreciate all of you coming on, and keep going. And yeah, I'm doing this. This is daily for me, one day at a time. So I'll speak to all of you soon. Good luck, right? Thanks for coming on the stream. Keep going.